say, if there's a will, then there's a way.
You probably thinking about me. I was greeting people. Clock me, told them it's about to be a roast party.
And if there's a way, then I will.
Right? Frogs, nigga.
This next battle right here, I spoke to a few people, you know what I mean? Some people like it, some people's like kind of thinking it's a weird matchup. Daylyt versus Ill Will. I'm one of those who think like, this is a weird matchup. You know what I'm saying? This is a weird matchup. Daylyt, he got the consistent, you know, over the head bars. And Ill Will, he got the comedic style, but he could also go at you and try to break you down and make you look stupid in front of him. What made you put this one together? You know what I'm saying? And put Daylyt in front of Ill Will.
It wasn't something that we just had like, yo, one day we gotta get Ill Will and Daylyt done. I'm gonna keep it real. It wasn't like that. But homie Will hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Like just touching base and all that. And I asked him a question. And the way he responded back to the question, I was just like, oh, word. Alright, well, you know, no bullshit. I don't fluff niggas. Alright, give me a second. It was like a week and a half later. It was another matchup that was in the air. And it wasn't even necessarily Daylyt at the time. And me and Shata kind of walked away from it. Like, alright, that's really in the air. Like it's not, doesn't feel like it's gonna happen. So, Daylyt. Let's get Daylyt on the card. Yo, homie, we just touched base with Will. Boom, boom, boom. What about Will versus Daylyt? And at first it's like, okay, Will's a serious guy. Sometimes Daylyt jokes or whatever. And I'm glad we getting into this because one thing about matchups, I think fans just think everything is random. They see matchups and they just feel like, well, some of these actually do this, but they just sometimes feel like shit is picked out of a hat, and as if the league owner is asking the same questions that the fan is asking, like, damn, what Daylyt are we going to get? It's not what RBE is doing behind the scenes. Before those contracts are sent out, before those deposits go out, before the battle is locked in, we're having a certain conversation with Ill Will. We're having a certain conversation with Daylyt, and we're telling them the vision of this card and the vision of this matchup. We don't just call a nigga and say, yo, I want you on the card. Like, yo, can you get on? All right, how about this vision? No, it's vision. Like, yo, we trying to do something with Pearly Gates. And get on this shit if you're not seeing what me, Shata, and Lawrence are seeing. You know what I'm saying? So my conversations, like, with Daylyt is Will got, I was just on the phone with Daylyt 2 days ago. Will got to meet me at 10 for this. I kid y'all not. I swear on everything I love. I'm not making this up. Daylyt said this is the most excited I've been for a battle in a long time. I think it might be the energy of the Pearly Gates card. And maybe he might be motivated coming off of the Mickey Fax thing. And I'm seeing a lot of the if Daylyt this, if, and I'm actually starting to enjoy that because it's going to hit that much harder if they look up on that stage and he starts pulling a Daylyt versus Oops. If he walks into that RBE building and he starts snapping, everybody's going to say, damn, Pearly Gates, man, look at this shit. Will, I spoke to Will this week too. I'm not worried about Will neither. I just spoke to him. I spoke to every battler on the card within the last 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, except for Bigg K. Me and Bigg K just text recently, but we ain't speak on the phone line like that. But what Will is saying is solid. What Daylyt is saying is solid. Like, we are really coming with a certain vision. I'm not just sending Daylyt some money to show up and be like, yo, can you just come perform on this card? Nah, we having a certain conversation. Y'all will see November 4th.
Nah, I'm waiting to see what that's gonna be like, man. You know, like I'm just like the people. What Daylyt are we gonna see? Because I know Will's gonna come to kill. You know what I'm saying?
All I'm gonna say is, if you got, let's hypothetically say the third round of the Mask versus the Jamaican phone call.
Oh, that's crazy.
What wins?
I don't know.
I'm not saying I heard nothing. I'm just saying I'm curious of which.
Yo, the Jamaican blood clot, man. I don't know, man.
The phone call versus the Mask. the mask, like
I haven't seen Daylyt put the mask to work in a long time like that, so that'll be interesting.
you might see it November 4th.
First round, I gave him a straight right. Second, I'm gonna drop a hook on dog. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. That mean if this site cool, I bet the first 5 hook on God. Right? Dogs, nigga.
All my wrists is frost.